American culture would have to change. So the problem is the American culture isn't going to change until there's a financial interest in changing it. People don't realize that what they think is good and bad is actually dictated to them because you don't have access to all the information to make an informed decision. The special interests that control our government, that make profit off of our society, decide what's good and bad for us, and then they spend a huge amount of money censoring the information about what information we could use to take a different position than they want us to take. So we're spoon-fed facts through the media that basically forces us to make the decision they want because they're not giving us the information to make our own decision. And the only way that's going to change with steroids is probably if those special interests decide they can make a profit off of it. And I don't think that's ever going to happen because with Western medicine, the profit is in the disease. The profit is in the symptoms. The profit is not in the cure. And a lot of these compounds are actually cures for diseases. I mean, I use SARMs to cure people for diseases, not just bodybuilding purposes, and for longevity. And, you know, the anti-aging community is probably the best route to try to get these things legalized or to expand knowledge about them. Because as you have our generation who doesn't want to accept getting old, you have the old generation that just accepts aging. And our generation doesn't want to accept aging. So as that happens, you see more people resorting to things like stem cells and things like steroids and SARMs for longevity purposes. And as we see more and more of these people, I wish the actors, so all the actors are using, most actors are using some kind of steroid and growth hormone if they look good. If they would start coming out and talking about that, that would change the culture. But they can't. They can't because they would be blackballed, right? So it's kind of a cart before the horse, chicken or the egg situation where the culture has to change, but the culture can't change unless you have a hero that really comes clean and open about this stuff. Because if you ask, let's say you ask an actor, a famous actor that everybody respects, do you use steroids? They'll say no. That's a lie. Now, if they were to say, yes, I use steroids and it's the best decision I ever made, which is what they will tell you if you ask them in person and they trust you not to repeat it, if they actually said the truth, then that would change the culture, but they would get blackballed. So it's just a matter of which comes first. I will always have to be the one that's experimenting with substances that are taboo. Because even if steroids were legal, even if SARMs are legal, there are so many peptides in the human body. There are so many other chemicals, and we get into myostatin, for example, the future of bodybuilding chemistry. So there's always going to be something that's taboo that the mainstream is fighting against. Because let's say this happens. Let's say steroids become legal in the United States, and all of a sudden they're making billions of dollars. Now those steroid companies are going to do the same thing that the pharmaceutical and the supplement companies are doing, which is reinvest that money back into preventing any competition of future more advanced chemistry. So you'd have this same cycle happening, and I would move towards more and more advanced chemistry because it's my duty to society. Nobody else is willing to do it. There's nobody else in the world who's willing to take the risks that I'm willing to do for my own life, for the furtherance of science to enhance ourselves.